Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, this is Dan, the No Comfort Zone guy. Thanks so much for checking back in on the No Comfort Zone podcast. This is a reality check, and what I'm coming at you with today is little bits of action over a long period of time will create the reality you're looking for. And here's what I mean. So write out your intentions of what it is that you want to be, let's say, a year from now. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, in a relationship, not in a relationship, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever that might be, whatever activities you want to do. Give you for an instance, 2015, 2016, something like that. I had wrote down a goal that I wanted to weigh in at 180 pounds. Why is that important? Because I should be like around, I think 160, 170. And at 170, I actually find myself to be massively, like, I don't look good at all. I look unhealthy. So I always wanted to get to 205 because I had it in my crazy head of mine that I would be able to fight at that weight class at 205. I'm not even a good fighter at all, and I'm not a fighter anymore, and was never good to begin with, but it's something I always wanted to do. I just thought it would be great to be at that level. And when I say I wasn't good, I tried really hard, but I just wasn't cut out for kickboxing. Let's put it that way. So all of the time that I spent practicing and training in that space, I thought 205 would be a great place to be. So I would work out and I would try to get to a place where I'd be 205. Well, at 5'9" and 205, when I was fit, I think I looked and felt great. But still, I had no business getting back in the ring because I was going to get demolished. And fortunately, I got injured while training, and that diminished any chances of me making my never again comeback into the wonderful world of kickboxing. So I bring that up because I wanted to get back down to 180. And at 180 pounds, I thought I would be fit, healthy, and everything would be appropriate at 180. Now, I put my happiness on being 180, and it doesn't have to be that way. You can be happy at any weight. The point of this podcast is to let you know that what I did is I took out a piece of graph paper, with all the lines on it you can buy from like an Office Max or a store like that sells paper products. And I wrote in there, in big bold letters, block letters, I wrote down 180 lbs. And each day that I would do something towards achieving that weight, I would, do my workouts, I'd do my cardio, and I would color in a box. And if I had an off day, I would try to not color in a box next to the other boxes so it wasn't filled in. So anyway, over a long period of time, I was able to fill out the 180 and then some. And no, I never made it to 180, but the point being, it was a really cool picture when I was done. But I knew every day I was doing something towards it or against it or whatever. And as long as I spent 20 minutes in that space, I would mark off one of the boxes until I would color in a lot of different spaces. And there's holes in it for sure. Some days I didn't do well at all. The moral of the story is that what was my intention, and I worked towards it. And I think I got about halfway there through my intentions of what I wanted to be. I think I weighed in at 195. And I still was happy, but the accomplishment is what I'm getting at. So I know kind of all over the place on this, but just like when, I wanted to write a movie. So shortly thereafter, the weight thing, I wanted to write this movie and get it marketed and all this stuff. So I started reading the books. And by the way, I've gotten teased more in my life for telling people, well, I think I could do it because I read a book. I have a frame of reference from somebody else that accomplished it. So I would read things and then I would try it. Same thing that happened to me with poker. I started to get pretty good at poker, not enough to make a living on it, but I started to get pretty good, and I really enjoyed it. And I love the strategy. We did the same thing about chess, did the same thing about gin, gosh, from selling to management to personal growth, I just spent my time reading these things. And if there was a topic that I was interested in, like quantum physics I'm reading about right now, don't even go there. I don't even know why I'm doing it. It's craziness to me. I'm trying to get tapped into the ether, trying to figure out how all this works, how energy and the lack of mass between spaces is actually energy and all this other stuff that I'm learning about more and more. But my point being is that I read a lot of books, but then I do one thing. I go live my life and I apply those principles. I just don't read the book and then stop. I read a book on script building. I read a movie script building. I read a movie on how to make a movie and how to get a movie distributed and how to do all these things. And I was really enjoying the process, and it's something I still want to do. If I won the lottery, now I would do that. I would go to movie school, filmmaking school. That's what I would do. I would love that more than anything. And can I make a movie from reading a book? I'm sure I could. I'm sure that I could. Will it be any good? Probably not. But can I tell a story with my phone? Of course I could. I do it every day in this silly little podcast that you take your time to listen to, which I greatly appreciate. If you don't mind, please like, please rate, please review, please share, whatever you can do. If it's on iTunes or Spotify, please check me out, find me out there. So why am I bringing this up? Because a year from now, where do you really want to be at? Just, I tell people in the line of work, I tell people in the line of work that I'm currently doing my day job, listen, you don't have to work every minute of every hour during the day. But my suggestion is just work half of the time you're here. So if you're here for 12 hours, spend 6 hours working, which would be amazing. And if you're in sales, you might know what I'm talking about. If you were to do that, your activity levels would be so high, you would produce so much in the end. So my point being is you need to take a step forward. You need to take your pencil out and you need to color a little block in that you've done something today. And again, 20 minutes. When I'm working on a personal growth plan with somebody and I'm helping somebody to achieve their goals, it's super simple. You got to spend about 20 minutes of your day on motivation. If you're in the No Comfort Zone Challenge, it's about an hour a day. Then you're also going to have to get some knowledge on something that, for example, sales management, whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to have to hone your craft in on what you're supposed to be doing. What's your day job? You're going to have to learn more about what you're currently doing or what you want to learn so that you can move up or advance. If you get uncomfortable in learning more about your current employment and getting better at it, you will get better over time. And the best part is this: when you get better over time, you create a new reality for yourself, and that new reality might be a new position. You get where I'm going with this? So again, you want to do these things these activities that will help you get the results that you're looking for. So, look back a year ago where you were at. What have you done differently? Man, a year ago from where I'm at today to where I'm at now, I'm mentally and physically exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. My personal time has been diminished to not much. But here's a better version of myself. I work a lot more, but I have more time, better time, quality time with my family and with my friends. And more importantly too, my son who's 10 years old, who's counting on me. I also have the time to repair the relationships. And in case you didn't know, I am talking to my son briefly, but we're talking. He looks great. He's happy. His life's going well, and I'm happy for him. And my daughter, who's facing some challenges, we're still talking, and she's seeking her life and finding her way and realizing that, life is filled with challenges, but hopefully she can find the better version of herself outside of her challenges. So I bring all that to you today for one really simple good reason, that if the activities you're doing are helping you get where you're going, you're being proactive. If you're not doing what you need to do in order to grow as a person and to change your reality, you're being reactive, but you're not reacting really to anything. You're sitting on your couch watching Netflix. You're getting distracted on social media. You're letting your relationships control you emotionally. You're letting the alcohol and the pills take you backwards. Or here's the worst: you're not even living yet. You're just not even in that space where you're think there's any problems. But if you are listening to this podcast and we have crossed paths once or twice, we've known each other, then you know this. It's really time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. And I'm not going to leave that until the end this time. The reason why I say that is because you're either going into adversity, you're in adversity, or you're coming out of adversity. So if you can find a way to live with purpose and find your passions, then you're really going to start living your life. And it's that moment that you can help change the reality for the people around you that you care so much about. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. And I can't help myself. I'm going to do it anyway. Please, today's the day for you to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.